morning. I'm Chip.
Hey, good morning. I'm Steve.
I'm Bill.
And this is
Chip's Garage.
Unbelievable car again, Steve. Man, this is a diamond in the rough, man. This is something you don't
Probably
see.
one of our rarest.
Yeah, it may be the rarest. But real quick, you got a shout out.
Yes, this beautiful nature cruise or a coast cruising magazine. Okay, Kelly Smith, she is awesome. So her books are in the Brooksville, Spring Hill, and Hudson area. Grab one and give a shout out when you see her at a car show. She does a fantastic job. Okay, so
Tell them Chip's Garage.
Tell 'em
sent
Chip's
you.
Garage
Tell her,
sent you, yes.
tell her it's from Chip's
yes,
Garage.
Chip's Garage.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Her. Again, our channel's about just simply keeping the car culture going. We don't confess to be experts. No. If we are incorrect on something or you know answers to questions, please send them to us. We're open to it. We're just here to keep the car culture going, just like Kelly is.
Kelly. Oh, right? She's a car nut like you wouldn't believe.
Well, and we'll give shout out to Tara from FloridaCarShows.com. Right. Again, all the car shows in Florida, man, go check it out. You'll see every month what's going on. So
let's go.
Bill, let's get into this, buddy. What do we got going on here?
You got a little 62 Tempest Lemans Convertible. There's not a whole lot of them built. They only made them with the 4 cylinders, 61, 2, and 3. It's a half of a 389 Pontiac engine. And
well, let me stop you for a minute. A half of a 389. Now, Chip and I were kind of blown away that the one half you could still use the head, the manifold, the lifters, the valve cover.
Everything's the same. It actually has a 389 crank in it, and the rods are 389. Wow. Pistons are 389s. You can buy anything for 389 to go in it, but you only need 4 of them.
Yeah. Here's what blew me away. You told me about it a half, so I'm thinking, okay, it's a special 4-cylinder. What? This is literally a half. Like it literally is half. Like that's what they just cut the block in half, and here you go. But you were saying the crank is the actual crank.
389 crank is still in it.
Yeah. But you just don't have pistons on certain parts of the crank.
No, just 4 pistons and 4 rods.
But it's the same crank that could have been used in the 8-cylinder.
Yes.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
And what is really unique is they didn't make many of these, and they run forever, huh?
Yes, it runs excellent. I drive it all the time. I was driving it every day because I ordered a new truck and it didn't come, and so I had to drive this every day. And I still drive it 2 or 3 times a week.
We tell you, look, drive these things. Don't just let them sit in the shop. I understand, real show cars that never go anywhere, but drive these cars and enjoy them. Keep them going. That's also how other people find out about them, Steve.
Sure.
So let's start walking around this thing. This thing is crazy, Steve. And I know you know a little bit more about this. You've known Bill for like 20 years, which is cool. Yeah. Again, great relationships in this car culture. You young people, go out, start talking to people. There's some really nice people, but let's start running with it, buddy.
Yeah, Bill. Well, the color is really nice. It's a beautiful color, both inside and outside, like an earth tone with a buckskin.
It's called, I think it's a frost beige.
Frost beige. Yeah. I would have never thought of that.
It was a GM color. Yeah. And this car's been color changed. It was a cream color.
Okay.
And it's been changed, and they did a real super job. So I painted cars forever, and I didn't know it was painted till I checked the numbers.
Okay. And it's a Le Mans.
Yeah.
So there's
Le Mans is a deluxe.
Okay. And then what's the other? A Tempest?
Tempest is a regular standard. Okay. And then Le Mans are the deluxe.
Now let's go back to the engine. You can get a 215 in this V8.
215 Buick aluminum V8.
Yeah. Okay, aluminum. My aunt had one. She had all kinds of problems back then. They were experimenting with them. They didn't like the cold weather. I remember her getting it towed a lot when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah, aluminum for sure. Yeah. Now, again, on the Le Mans, because that's deluxe. So that came with bucket seats. It came, and we'll see some things and point it out.
Power top.
Well, the power top's an option.
Okay.
And the trim on the fenders, the quarter panel.
Yeah, so this here, this over here.
Le Mans options.
Yeah, so you can see, again, man, how cool, right? This is just for looks to make it look sportier. And that was it. So the Le Mans would have been the sportiest, most deluxe option on this car.
This particular car was the most expensive one in '62.
Okay, all right.
And how much?
I don't know.
About
Yeah.
2,200, 2,400 maybe.
Probably about 28, I think.
28. Wow,
Yeah.
that's quite a bit.
Yeah. Let's point out, we're looking at now, this is 15-inch wheels,
Yes.
and it came with 15-inch
Yes,
wheels.
it's the only Pontiac in 62 that had 15-inch wheels. And they were Ford bolt pattern, 4.5-inch bolt pattern, where all the Pontiacs had a large bolt pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you know why? Why would they have done that?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool with the 15s. We, most of them, like my 69 GTX came with 14s.
Yes, yeah, like Camaro.
Yeah. Yeah, so being a 62 and coming with 15s is unusual. Now, these are aftermarket rallies,
Yes.
which are chrome, and you got the center cap with them, right? These would have
Yes.
said GM or
GM.
Chevrolet if they were on a Chevrolet,
If
right?
you look at the one on the other side, it's got a P on it.
Oh,
I saw
okay.
that.
I put a P
Yeah,
on it.
okay.
I did have them all, but they come off.
Okay.
I made them.
Well, these are aftermarket, and they're a 10-hole
Yeah.
Ford and Chevy, which is nice because you can
Absolutely.
adapt them, especially if you have a flat tire. If you
Right.
have one for a spare,
Right.
I thought about putting the wheels, stock wheels and hubcaps on it when I come over, but it was too much work.
Oh no, it's beautiful. It really pops. It's really beautiful.
It looks like they belong on there.
But look down the side. If you can come over here, look down the side how the styling is. The beautiful styling of this car.
Yeah, again, the body lines.
body
I mean,
lines.
you just don't see that.
No.
Cars nowadays are
I
just
know,
flat.
I know.
They don't have anything.
No.
And the trim package, now you were saying, Bill, that all this trim, that was the Le Mans as well, right?
Le Mans as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as you see, you open the door and look at this. We always do this. Look at that. It's amazing. Look at how beautiful it fits. And look at the lines. I mean, they really did a good job, especially as a convertible.
Right.
Oh, hey, our shirt fell. We got to advertise our
Oh,
shirt.
yeah. Gotta have our shirt up.
Yeah, there you go. My face. You got to see my face. All right. Well, come on in here. Bucket seats, basic, huh?
Yes.
Okay. It's got a power glide transmission. It's got a power top. And it doesn't have park, does it?
No, it's just a 2-speed power glide with no park.
Yeah, let's point a couple things out here, because here's your top. So you push the button up or down, and it's electric, like he said. Here is the transmission. If you can look in here, you see reverse, neutral, drive, and low. And you literally just push this up and down.
It's amazing, isn't
And
it?
it's a 2-speed power glide. You can see the little red thing tells you where you're at.
Yeah.
And he's got the original Pontiac AM radio in it. Yep.
Nice.
Very cool. Now, one thing you were pointing out, Steve, is this dash.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, see how it comes out, and that was really to keep the sun off, right? So you could see your gauges more easily.
Right. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Now notice there's a generator gauge here instead of an alternator.
Yeah, generator.
So, and again, educate people real quick, Steve, on the difference between a generator and an alternator.
Well, a generator, it was all the way up to the early 60s,
62.
something like that. And, generator worked fine, but at idle, it really didn't charge. So now as the cars, got air conditioning, power, everything, we had to get an alternator to get more current in there.
Yeah,
And
more juice.
now, more juice, more current, charge better, and then also when 12 volt start really coming out, in the mid 50s, you start seeing generators kind of going away,
Absolutely.
and they had to.
Yeah, and you always know it's a generator
Yeah,
because when it's idling low, you can barely see the lights, and then when you push the gas, the
And
lights
go back up.
Yeah. Now notice again all the stainless, right?
Yes.
And you were pointing this out
Yeah,
again,
look at
Steve,
that.
too.
Look at those little hooks.
Look at this design.
We
to hold these
love that.
visors.
We love the design.
Just
and,
beautiful.
beautiful.
Again, the thought and attention, the Le Mans here, and you can see the racing flag in it. Again, all metal, just for you younger viewers. No plastic back then, all metal.
No.
Of course, if you got in an accident.
No. Well, it has seatbelts.
Yeah. Now you did do.
I put the seat belts in it.
Good.
Now you did, and those were probably an option, right?
They were,
Yeah.
but I put these in. I didn't have them.
Yeah.
I put them in.
Now we did put an aftermarket rosewood steering wheel, which is very common to do, and this is your cruiser, right, Bill?
Yes, I drive it. It's just like an everyday car.
Point out to this here. Hey, the wing window. Huh? The wing window. That's your air
That's my
conditioning.
air conditioning.
Yeah.
See, you just flip it back like this, and you just go on down the road and hope you don't get a red light.
As we always say, they work a lot better than
Yes.
you think. They
Yeah.
really do blow the air on you.
Yeah. This is very nice. Very
Yeah.
tight. This car is very nice. Oh, come on over here. There was another really cool option over here. This here. What are these, Bill?
Courtesy lights.
Courtesy lights. So when you do this,
Open the door, they turn
they
on.
come on, and
Close the
for the
door, they go out.
passenger, on a,
So
rear
you can get them
passenger.
in the back seat. They can see you
Right,
get in.
right. Yes, and it's just amazing what cars, what they did back then, what they did, all these little different options.
Oh yeah, nuances. And again, look at this
Look at that
stainless just
chrome.
going down the seat here.
Stainless, yeah.
Yeah, and it just basically leans
Yep.
forward.
Yep.
But beautiful. I mean, you couldn't afford to put all this stainless on a car today.
No.
Well, you could, but you have to charge an arm and a leg, right?
Now we come to the back here.
Yeah.
And look at the gas. This is on the side. We always do it. And the gas, I can't get it open. I don't have a nail. Can you get it? There you go.
You can tell he's done it a few times.
Yeah. It's on the side. Most of our cars has been in the back.
Right.
The 63s, they put it in the back.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Behind the license plate.
Yeah.
look at this. I just want to show the viewers. Show the viewers how this comes down. It's just a beautiful trim. It's just gorgeous what they made.
Yeah, and this was something to point out here, Steve, on this fin. If you look at it from the back, you can see the angle in the fin. And of course, we all know as you got into the 60s, late 60s, into the 70s, you started getting the fins, right?
Right.
And I mean, like in 60, they came like way out
real big.
or way up on the GM cars.
I got a
especially.
story. They said like on a 60 or 61 Impalas, they get going too fast. They start
59.
59 was it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that
they
huge
started getting
wing.
starting to get up there a little bit
Yeah.
and start moving around. Yeah.
Yeah, because that wing came out
Yeah,
this
when it came
way.
out, yeah.
The back end right up.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was literally
You
like a
were
wing.
probably in a few of those cars. Huh? Let's take a look at this. Look at this. It's got like the 3 stars, Le Mans. Look at how beautiful that is.
Yeah, and that's the Pontiac emblem,
Pontiac.
right? Insignia.
Okay.
And again, the Le Mans, like you said. And, interesting, they didn't put a piece here. It almost looks like they would have.
Yeah.
But I think just because of the Le Mans.
With the year after, did they put a piece of pot metal in here or whatever? No.
No.
Because they were pot metal.
Yeah, and look at the little taillights. Those are cool. Those
Yeah, I like them.
Those would be cool on a hot rod.
Yes, I like them very
Yeah,
much.
for some of you guys building hot rods, you may want to
Yeah.
consider those taillights.
Now, you said now the difference in the cars. Remember, you were talking about Pontiac and Buick, and what were the same?
Basically, the center of the body was the same on the Olds and the Buick.
Okay.
The back end was different and the front clip, but 2 of them had the same door. You could interchange the doors.
Oh, okay.
Let's point out down here too, if you can see the reverse lights. And again, that's a
Nice.
stainless piece around it. That's a glass lens over top of it. Very cool on the reverse.
Well, let's open this trunk.
Yeah.
How many bodies?
Yeah.
Well, I can't put any because he's got it full. You know?
Yeah. Well, this is shockingly big for what it is, being a smaller car.
Is that the right one? Here, I'll let you do
No,
it.
that,
I'll let you do
that
it.
one's not cut.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it isn't. I'll let you do it. And original keys, original style key.
Absolutely.
Look at this. Look how easy it goes up. And here's a hot rodder's trunk,
Absolutely.
Toolbox,
Yeah,
fire extinguisher.
which again, very important. We pointed that out last time. You got these old cars. It is a good idea to have a fire extinguisher. But I
Maybe
want
two.
the viewers to look all the way up at that gold motor up there. That's your yeah.
Power top.
Yeah, that's your power top motor right up there. So you can see. And this would be like the original Maddie would have had in it.
Original tire, rim.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and let's point this out, Steve.
okay.
Of course, you can see the jack instructions here.
Original.
And notice this is the side of car. This is made to go on the,
Rocker panel, underneath the rocker panel.
Here we go.
yeah, so
There
it
you go.
goes from the side. And let's even show
Yeah,
that
let's
real
come
quick,
over here.
Steve, just because this is very unique compared
There's
to
a
most of these
spot
cars.
under here, isn't that correct?
Yeah, there's a spot. in the
Okay.
back.
And it goes under the rocker.
Right.
And just check.
Yep,
Click,
and
click. And
yep.
but the problem is you get one of these and have been in a rough snow weather after a few years.
Crush
that
it
jack ends up to here and the car doesn't move.
I've seen that happen.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
this has to be worth a little fortune, have an original one, huh? And look at the original marking on it and all that.
Yeah, stickers.
And
Yeah.
dirt, original dirt.
Fortunately, I never had to use it, so
Oh, good.
But-
yeah.
I keep it there for a reason.
Yeah.
Ah,
Awesome.
gorgeous.
All right, let's keep going around here. Now, you did say, Bill, you added
Added the power antenna for the rear. I took the one off the front fender, put a power antenna on it
Okay.
Yeah.
because I have a hidden AM/FM stereo radio. And
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Again, look how nice, beautiful, how it opens, and watch this.
Unbelievable.
And then come on in here. This is something that you see on all the older cars. Body by Fisher, huh? Who is just a Fisher?
Fisher built all the bodies for
Okay.
GM.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, so they were subbed out to build the bodies
Right.
by
Okay,
Fisher.
okay.
Yeah, which a lot of people don't understand. Nowadays, do the manufacturers build their own bodies? Or do they still sub it out?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of them sub them out.
Yeah. All right. If any of you viewers know how that works nowadays, please share with us so we can share with our people.
Look at this. I always comment on the stainless, how beautiful. No black plastic or anything. This is the same as my Camaro. I think they carried this for years.
Yeah.
You know, but the same style and everything around here.
Yeah.
All that. It's beautiful. And
Exactly. Look at the design in the mirror. Actually,
Right.
The way they
Aerodynamic.
Yeah.
In a way.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. Beautiful. Wow.
Yeah.
And then you get to the front. Look at the front, how appealing that is. You know, it's something different that you don't see.
Yeah, again, a lot of personality to it. The way they designed it, going down
Right.
Pontiac across the front. Here's your emblem again. The bumpers are in great shape.
Right.
Hey, dual headlights. Wasn't that unusual on either side for this year or no?
62. The Corvair had them,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Again, if any of you viewers know, I know it came out in 58, right? 58
Yeah,
started with GM, the dual headlights.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah.
58.
Well, let's get to
let me
to
ask.
the meat.
To buy this grill is almost impossible.
Well, you'd have to find one that somebody had. You
Yeah.
can't buy a new one.
Yeah. Wow. Well, let's get to the biggie.
Hey,
That
and
everyone
while
wants
you're
to see.
opening the hood, I want to make that point that when you restore a car, if you do get repopped or you get other parts, keep your old parts because they don't make them anymore a lot on these cars. So keep everything, even though it might be dented or whatever.
Yeah, keep it.
That, a lot of times now it's actually cheaper, and certainly you're better off just fixing them. So
Sure. And there's
So,
plenty
now-
of people out
now
there.
notice
that
where, let's do this one more second for a second, Bill. Just that's where the release is for the hood, underneath the bumper. So unless you knew it, you wouldn't be able to open that hood. There's a latch down there.
he's a professional at opening that second latch here.
Yeah.
Here it is.
I've hit my head a few times.
I can imagine.
I want to point out the insulation under the hood here, which is nice that they still have. But go ahead, Steve.
Well, look at this. Very simple. Okay, it's a 4-cylinder, but this side, like he was saying, is a 389 side. It's half of the 389. Everything is the same as the 389.
Yeah. So
Nice.
if you
Air cleaner all the way on this side, everything. Water pump, all that.
if you looked at it from here over and that's all you saw, you would think that was what it was.
If you come up to it, go, wow, it's 389 in this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Bill was saying there's an option where you can get a 4-barrel. Is that correct?
Yes.
Wow.
They made a 4-barrel intake for them.
Wow.
For this engine.
Yes.
And you have one.
I have a
Yeah.
4-barrel intake.
Rare.
I don't need the extra power, so
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's a cruiser for you.
yes.
But- Chip, show them the light over there.
Oh yeah. Now, Bill, and I want you to tell us about this. Go ahead.
It's a light that Pontiac put on in '62. They were trunk lights. And
Hit the
you
switch
can take
here.
them out,
Think-
and you can it'll unwind. You can walk it all the way to the back of the car or the front of the car.
The wire unwinds from in here
Yeah.
in the circle, and you can stretch. We don't have to stretch it out.
Well, I'll just take it out some.
Okay.
Oh, there you
So
go.
you turn the light to loosen
Oh.
it, and you can take it all the way to the back of the car, and you have a light if you have to work on the car or whatever.
Whoa.
Yeah, very nice.
They come on the big Pontiac Catalinas and Bonnevilles and stuff, but I put it on
Yeah.
here. 'cause
So this is a manual. You're manually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you manually turn the light to roll that wire up, Steve.
Now, if anybody finds one at a flea market, now you know what it is.
Oh man,
Yeah, grab
I
it. would
would think those are very rare.
I would
right,
think so
Bill?
too.
Well,
right?
the last one I had, I got $100 out of it.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
that's
Yeah.
okay. The biggie on this is the transmission, huh?
It's a
The
power
biggie.
glide, 2-speed power glide with no park, and it's the same transmission that GM put in their Corvairs.
Okay.
Yeah. Now tell us
Now-
why though,
but
because
it-
there's a lot
yeah.
of 2-speed power glides.
Now
but-
this has a Torq tube like the old 48 and earlier Fords had, the Torq
Yeah.
Tube, where it's just a tube that goes to the back and the transmission's in the rear.
Right.
Almost like the new Corvettes also.
Absolutely.
Similar. And it's in the back, and the exposed part of it was the converter. The converter is exposed.
Yeah. So you
It's
were
amazing,
you were
huh?
telling us, like, if you drove through the grass or dirt.
Yes, the grass would build up around the torque converter. You'd have to get under it and clean it off.
Completely open. Now explain a Torq Tube real quick, Steve. Or go ahead, Bill.
It's a 4 square, 6 bolts bolted to torque.
The back of the block.
Yeah, the bell housing.
Okay.
And the drive shaft's about 1 inch in diameter.
Really?
With a flange on the
Solid,
end.
huh?
Yeah.
Solid steel.
And they call it a rope transmission.
A rope transmission. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so again, the transmission's in the back.
In the back.
Is it attached to the rear end?
Yes.
Yes,
It's
it's the
attached.
rear
It
end.
is the
So
rear
it
end.
is the rear end.
But
Oh.
this is independent suspension also. So the Corvette, and this Pontiac had all independent suspensions.
Wow.
Ahead of its time.
Yeah, wow.
Ahead of its time.
Wow. Let's point out a couple of things. Even though this is a Le Mans, you got manual brakes. Look at that little, it's a 1, right? You know?
Wait, I got a
Instead
story.
of 2.
Yeah, we got a story. The Marty Robbins car that we saw one time here, had the fruit jar, they call it fruit jar, brakes for a 200-mile-an-hour car.
Unbelievable.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And drum brakes.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Now, this is also manual steering. There is no power steering on it. Now, you switch the alternator over.
Yes,
Go ahead and tell us about
it
that.
came with a generator, but an alternator works so much better if
Yes.
you're going to drive at night.
Yeah.
And with the radio and the headlights, you just about need a alternator to
Yeah.
keep it going.
Now, notice here's the starter, and you can see it's an old school starter, and you got the solenoid actually on top of the starter, which you don't normally have. That's normally separated. But in the old days, they came on top like that.
Okay. Also, I noticed that you have T3 headlights. That's
Back then,
back-
the T3 was the headlight.
Right here.
All GM cars had T3
T3s,
headlights.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some guy was talking to me one time how to read it, how the different symbols on it, different heights and all that. And they're different what different cars they came in. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They repop them now.
Yeah.
They're about
Yeah.
$130 for 4 of them.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
Oh boy.
Well, let's start it up real quick.
Yes.
We're getting close to out of
Yep,
time here, so let's let the viewers hear what this bad boy sounds like. I don't know. I've never seen one of these.
No.
There can't be a lot of these. If any of our viewers know the numbers on this car, how many were created and approximately how many are left, we'd love to know. So if anybody knows that. Just a gorgeous,
Ready?
Yep,
beautiful
we're
car.
ready.
This is a cruising car for the weekend or car shows.
I got it.
Convertible.
You wait to hear this baby first.
Wow.
Look at that. Simplicity at its best.
Now that's the old sewing machine sound to me, right? And I don't mean that in a bad way, right?
No,
It's very
just-
smooth.
no.
It sounds like the old sewing machines.
Listen to it. Just sit there and just run forever.
Just purrs.
Well, I let it idle for 15 or 20 minutes last week. My buddy's car overheated, and I let it idle because I was going to follow him home. It never went above 180.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
And I just wish they built stuff like this again.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
All right, you can go ahead and shut it off, Bill.
All right.
Thank you. Oh, starts right.
Wait a
Did you
minute, wait
see
a
that?
minute. Wait a minute. Come over here and give it a little bit of gas. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's a beautiful car. Well, Bill, we're out of time. Come on over here, and we appreciate you bringing it to us,
well,
buddy.
I appreciate you doing it.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out as we
Thank you.
close here to all our vets. Bill's a vet from the
Thank you.
Army.
Thank you,
And
Bill.
Yeah, we
I
appreciate your
it.
service.
I appreciate everybody that's appreciating us.
Yeah,
Yes,
good.
Yeah, very good. You
Good.
did wonders. Yeah.
Yeah, we have what we have because of
You went
guys
in when
like
I was
you.
born.
Yeah, 1954.
Oh, I was born after that then. I'm not that old yet.
All right. Well, I'm Chip,
I'm Steve.
I'm Bill.
and this is Chip's
Chip's
Garage.
Hey, Bill.
See you,
Thanks,
Bill.
Bill.
Thank you, buddy. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Love it.